We are moving ever closer to the Olympics, and it's the qualifying process has produced a little bit of news. I've been watching some of the gymnastics, but over in the track and field sports, generating a different sort of discussion. Most recently about the actions of hammer thrower Gwen Berry, who turned away from the flag to face the stands while the Star-Spangled Banner played during the medal ceremony on Saturday. She then draped a T-shirt bearing the words "activist athlete" over her head. Now that has produced the sort of reaction you might expect in America. Now, bear in mind, she says she feels like they specifically played the Star-Spangled Banner there when she was sitting there because they know about her past statements about the flag and about activism and all that. She said they were going to play it before we walked out, then they played it when we were out there. But I don't really want to talk about the anthem because that's not important. The anthem doesn't speak to me. It never has. And she had previously said, "My purpose and my mission is bigger than sports. I'm here to represent those who died due to systemic racism. That's the important part. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm here today." She's previously said, "I'm an American, but I can honestly say I'm not proud of things this country stands for, and we can do better. I want to represent people who cannot represent themselves, and I want to speak for people who can't speak for themselves." So giving quite a bit of nuance and background to why she might do something like turn away from the flag. And of course, all of those who want to wrap themselves in the flag and do other horrible things to the flag are not gonna listen to any of that. It's just an excuse to attack her. Ted Cruz tweeted, "Why does the left hate America? Sure, we have our faults, but no nation, like for instance, we don't defend our wives when they're viciously attacked online. But no nation in the history of the world has liberated more people from captivity, has lifted more out of poverty, has bled more for freedom, or in a civil war bled to stop freedom, or has blessed more with abundance. God bless America." Ben Shapiro said that feeling when you finish third but still finish first in the self-involvement Olympics. He's not self-involved at all. Scott Walker says, "What is wrong with people? Growing up, everyone stood for the American flag. Growing up, everyone was as happy and well off as I was. Everyone had white privilege like I did." I'm adding a little bit there, but I'm not interested in what he really said. What I want to jump to though is what I knew is gonna happen, which is this. The anti-cancel culture, anti-PC right is gonna react exactly like you'd expect to her turning her back on the flag. So here's a bit of Congressman Crenshaw.
"We don't need any more activist athletes. She should be removed from the team. The entire point of the Olympic team is to represent the United States of America. That's the entire point. Okay, so it's one thing when these NBA players do it. Okay, fine, we'll just stop watching. But now the Olympic team, and it's multiple cases."
Okay, so she should be taken off the team. She turned her back, she should be taken off the team. Charlie Kirk tweeted, "Athletes that don't honor the American flag should be banned from all competition." David Steinberg, who's an editor for some right-wing things, said, "Send the fourth place finisher. She has a world of options." And I only include him because I looked at his profile and he credits himself as ending PC era by exposing Ilhan Omar. So just to be clear, Francesca, they want her to be canceled from the team, banned from it because she did something they consider politically incorrect. But they're all totally against cancel culture and all that. What do you think?
No, you said it right there. That's exactly right. That is 100%. We should keep on saying that over and over and over again. You participate. In fact, you want to increase cancel culture, but just against people whose views you disagree with. All to them, I just say, you get a hammer, and you get a hammer, and you get a hammer, and you get a hammer. All right, she's a hammer thrower. She can give it to you whenever you want. Look, here's the thing. I am so supportive of her and her statement. And just saying, I am an activist and an athlete at the same time. Usually athletes are always told to shut up, to just do their sport, and then as we saw, in tennis with Naomi Osaka, right? Like that you must do your, give your little press interview and then go away and then shut up and don't say anything about politics. Then we'll like you, right? And that's BS. Athletes should be able to do and express themselves if they want. She already represents the United States. I never stand for the anthem when I go to baseball games. That's just my thing ever since the Iraq War. And yeah, shout out to Tommy Smith and John Carlos, who raised their fists in 1968, the Summer Olympics, in that classic historic photo during a really pivotal, important time in this country. And we are in another one of those times, so good on Gwen.
Agreed. But because you sit for the national anthem, I'm gonna have to cancel the Bitchuation Room, which all of you should definitely check out.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.